so let's start with your loadout. So I put my life exchange loadout up top here, and yours is here. Basically, you are missing brittle 5. If you don't have brittle 5 and you're running life exchange, you're not going to be able to keep up with the heals. I know your clones do a ton of healing, but your right click is what makes life exchange viable as a solo heal talent. That's why you got out healed so much. You don't have brittle anything. Like, you could argue maybe brittle 4, but you really need brittle, I think, 5. You don't need harmony at all for life exchange. You would literally get 0 heals from it because it doesn't proc when you right click an ally. So just remove this card entirely, or whatever, this card entirely. Carry on 1 is fine. I have it at 3. There was this bug, I don't know if it was fixed or not, where I think illusions only healed every 2 seconds or something. So supposedly it was a waste to have it at 3, needed it at 2 or 4, but I have no idea if that ever got fixed. So maybe I'm wasting a point here, but you could have it 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it really matters. Spring Forward 5 is insanely indulgent. I don't know if it's like, it's nice to have, but you don't need it at 5. You need other cards more that are going to help you heal or sustain. This is, again, nice to have, but it's insane that you have this high. If you want it as like a 1 or 2 pointer, totally fine, but yeah. Rewind 1, fine. Spring Bloom 5, fine. So I like to run, I think a lot of people run Fracture 1, but I like to run it at 2, just because personally I don't feel it at 1 as much, but I can see my clones being healed because it's 40% of its health. I can like visually see it much more, and I can feel the impact when I have it at 2. But it, again, the exact point values that I'm running, you don't need to follow, except for, again, brittle 5. You need brittle 5. So if you fix your loadout to something close to what I have, which is pretty standard, you should have a much easier time keeping up with heal output. Oh, let me... So you mentioned that you don't feel comfortable playing on Frozen Guard. So initial rollout, I usually stay around here. And then this way you can see what's going on here. If anyone's positioning left side, you can see what's going on point. You can see, so here I would dismount and just kind of look around. But you can see if anyone's pushing through here, and you have like very limited sight lines onto this right side here. What you do is I think you walk to like here, and I think that's a little too forward, and then you commit like to this one spot, and then you get pushed by this con coming through here who you didn't see and didn't dismount. So ideally you would want to stay around here and then use this big old thing as a shield. As it is, you get pushed by con, you are just fucked, and then you get pushed by Buck on the other side, and you don't even get a right click off before you die. So that initial fight was just you committing too hard to that one position and not, I don't know how you would have made it out alive. Maybe if you had put the clone behind. Like, you got too comfy and too set up. That clone is kind of shit. For the most part, I actually thought your clones were fine. There are a couple like this one where you just kind of put it behind stuff, which, I mean, this whole thing blocks out like a quarter of its heal potential. Like, at least put it here. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the quality of my video. You should be, I know you want to peel for Ash, but you should just be careful. I think you did this because you know you have your dimensional link up and you're like, I should be able to get out, but just be careful. You walked into an enclosed space against multiple enemies and with only a Strix with you. but you backed out fine, so it worked out. I think, I know you wanted to heal the term, but you didn't have to stay here. You could have just been behind here safely the entire time, because you did take a couple of shots from Fury and Cassie, I think, that you didn't have to take. So you always want to be playing behind something if you can, so that you don't take random damage. If you want to move from behind this wall, start playing from behind here, instead of taking that Cassie shot and hoping that she backs out. This is fine. Like, staying here is fine because you can always hug this little pole. Okay, so here, this you do a lot this game, and I think you should do less of it. You really are not scared of GrabCon, which is crazy to me. Any player, including tanks, like when I play Ashe, I'm terrified of GrabCon. But especially as a support, you should, there's almost like no reason for you to be that close to him, like ever. Maybe on like a couple of occasions if it, like, you got really unlucky, but you're willingly walking up to him for some reason. Like, did he just use his grab? I'm not sure. Are you sure? I have no idea. So if you're not sure, you should just assume he always had his grab up and you want to stay the fuck away from this guy. Even if you think, oh, my team is with me and this con is dead, I don't want to get grabbed. It's just, there's no reason for you to be here. And then, okay, good thing you teleported. I was like, you were like ahead of your team at this point. If you feel comfortable enough using your teleport, I guess it's okay for you to push up a little bit, but just be super careful. Because you really like to play forward. You don't have to be this forward, dude. Okay, I know you said that you knew that you didn't use Ying as much as you should have. So I'm just gonna point out places where you could have, like here. Ying is a great counter ult to other ults, just like Grover ult, except Ying ult is even better. Because Grover ult, you know, it's not global, you only get like a small, very small like radius around him. But Ying ult is global. So it's a great way to counter ult basically anything. It's also great for aggression. But here you could just have used it for counter ult for Strix. Like, it's a minute until the round's over, you'll charge it for sure. I mean, he luckily survived. I guess Termi siphoned for him properly, but that was close. And because you're not running Brittle 5, be extra careful with your right click aim. Like, it's very easy to miss those, especially in the heat of battle. If like your teammate's jumping, like teammates will juke you even if you're like a trigger bot probably. So just be careful. Extra careful if you're not running Brittle 5. But you should not ever, past this game, you should never not be running Brittle 5 anymore. Alright, so I'm gonna talk about your positioning here for this fight. I don't like you being here. I'd rather you be on this left side where 3 of your teammates are. I know Khan is here, but it's like if they push you, you're not going to be in a good position. So watch how this unfolds. So right at this point in time, you are by far the furthest right on your team. You don't want that to happen. You're also left clicking and peeking main for basically no reason. You have no idea what's going on with your team over here. If Khan wants to push you, there's no one to really appeal for you. Like, Term just used a Shatterfall. He is slow. He can't really help you. There's just no reason for you to be here. I would have played, like, again, here. You don't ever want to be at an extreme position compared to the rest of your team as a support. So Khan turns here because he can, because you let him, but Term very nicely peeled for you. You guys just, as a team, didn't back out correctly. don't know why you're standing here. Like, is this where your mount bug starts? Is your mount bug, I've never seen it, but is it one where you can't get off your mount? Because it seems like that's the case. And if so, then this makes sense. Obviously, if you were able to have done anything, you should have counter-ulted that like 50 million years ago. I assume that you couldn't, and that's why, so I'll forgive that. But that's unfortunate. Okay, when you're... Oh god, what the hell is wrong with my video? Okay, whatever, it's fine. I like that teleport to try to help the term. Although you should be careful and think about getting out if you need to. Seems okay. That's a good clone that can heal all of you if necessary. So I think it was fine that you're playing with Term and Tigger up here, but when Buck jumps in and you're trying to back out, do not back out this way. You're just, if you're backing out this way, you're basically backing out through main, where the enemy team is and has tons of line of sights on you. I would have backed out. I would have walked this way, even into the staircase is fine. Oh my god, every time I pause. Like, it was okay, but there's just no need to peek all that damage. I understand you want to peel for that Ashe, but it's not worth it. You're literally walking into people and you're not even aware that you're walking into people. There's, I think, Cassie Furia here. I think they just kill you. I mean, he was probably dead. You should have just kept backing up safely. Always try to get out alive and then heal other people. My team is like horrible at retreating safely. Alright, so you took some poke. Be extra careful. You know that they're there. So it is okay. Given that you just took some poke, and you know they're there, when you try to reposition from this left side to the crates here, you could just put a clone here and teleport to it. You probably won't need to teleport up for a couple seconds anyways, so you're not really wasting a cooldown. I think it's worth, otherwise you're tanking way too much damage just by repositioning. Yeah. This is like an awkward place to be. If the crates don't give you enough coverage, just play here. Like, it's totally fine. So I don't like that you get off high ground for this. It doesn't make any sense to me. If you really, really want to keep this guy alive, if you think it's like crucial, you have morale 3, it's 30 seconds left. You may or not, you probably won't get it back, but if you, again, if you really think it's necessary to keep him alive, just ult for him. Ult for him and then right click him. Like, you can definitely still see him from the bridge from where you were. Do not follow him. It doesn't help any more than if you were on high ground, and it puts you in a much, much worse position. You miss that right click anyways, he dies, and now you're like in the middle of everyone again. You put a clone back here, I think, as your escape, but you don't use it, so awkward. That was just you being where you shouldn't have been. They push here next. Okay, so rolling out left side, fine. It's fine that you guys are here. So you could have just, you know, you see Term jumping in. Ash looks like she may or may not be about to go in. Also, feel free to ult that and just give them that aggression. Oh yeah, never mind. I remember this play. No, this was like a really awesome play. I've never seen this, like a Ying ult for someone who just got Term ulted and body block. Like that was super awesome. You wrote in your notes that you didn't think, like you thought that that might have been a waste. There was no follow-up and whatever, but I actually thought it was a really good play. There's literally no reason for you to be here, by the way. You like teleported out in front of your entire team. You don't have Dimensional Link to go back. You are stuck here. Your best hope is just Khan doesn't fuck you, but God, that was risky. Maybe you're like, it's just a Khan and just a Furia, but he could have killed you. Like, it could have happened and you just feel really dumb about it later. I don't know why you repeat that, Cassie. You just don't respect the damage sometimes. I know you want to help the Term, but holy moly. You actually didn't have to put that clone down. Your other clone was outside. You're just dead. Alright. There's not much to say about all of this. Okay. Oh, I remember this. So, at this point, your two tanks look like they really want to push forward. Cassie just ulted. Furia is ulting. As soon as all of that goes down, or even if you think all of that's going to go down, because that's usually how it, oh god, this is like ugly. Anyways, basically Cassie Furia ult, they want to be aggressive. Again, Ying counter ults aggression, so just ult. And also you have no idea that Inara is here. I don't like when you walk forward towards your tanks or walk forward towards people you want to heal, because you do that a lot and you just don't care about where you are. That Strix is not savable, it's fine. Yeah, you just have this really strange, I would say bad habit of walking in a line towards the people you want to heal. You're really forward here. Like, you're very lucky that Cassie didn't decide to shoot you further. That clone, again, like it's literally next to a wall, so this whole wall is blocking it. You could have put it here, you could have put it outside. I like that clone. I like putting clones in higher places. You can get better angles. Okay, so I like that you're using this to play behind, but you're not really playing behind it. Like, you're standing to the right of it. Just tuck behind it. Otherwise, again, too much damage, potentially. There's no reason to. This is your whole like walking towards people you want to heal. Why are you walking towards him? It's really strange. And I don't like that you you left your cover and you're just walking down main like you're a tank. And then you get grabbed because he can. That was a good teleport though. You can use this for cover, which you decide not to. You could use this for cover. I like using this for cover. I'm not sure that clone's gonna be able to heal anyone. I don't like that you walked past that thing that I just said to use for cover, and now you're like between two things, but you're basically out in the open. This map is open, but there's a lot of things you can use for cover. This wall you shouldn't be using for cover unless you guys have like pushed in, but most of the fight is still behind here, so this is not cover. You always want to find cover like basically behind the fight, not in front of the fight. Okay. As soon as you hear the words, show them. Like, punch that ult. You ulted way too late. Would that have changed anything? I don't know. Possibly. But you guys get wiped, and that's basically the game. That's actually a good teleport. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so 1, change your loadout, add brittle, take out harmony. 2, find on any map, but especially on maps that you don't feel comfortable on, but like find places where you can use walls, corners, barriers, anything as cover. 3, please don't play in front, or like don't ever be like the rightmost, leftmost, most forward on your team as support. Like occasionally if you're out of position once in a while it's okay, but you have a tendency to do that a lot. What else? There's like one other thing, but I forgot. I mean, I probably said it already. So just watch your positioning. You don't have to be that close to your allies to heal them, because obviously Ying's heal has infinite range. Just be cognizant of the fact that you do tend to walk towards people when you heal them, and there's really no need to. Just stay back when in doubt. Play from behind something when in doubt. That's all.